Coming to Frisco is one of the first of its kind, the Texas Halal Fest. It's the largest halal fest in the Lone Star State, which will include the best vendors from all over, including Houston, Dallas, Austin, and San Antonio. Joining us in the KRLD Zoom room is Faraz Ahmed. Thank you so much for the time today.
Of course, thank you so much for having me.
So, this is really interesting. For anyone who doesn't know, what is halal food and what type of cuisine will we get to try?
Yeah, so halal food is a particular type of food that you pretty much take care of the meat or the animal from the inception of its birth all the way to the time it's being prepared for consumption. Halal food generally takes care of the animal from, when it's being raised. It needs to have certain amount of area for it to free roam. It needs to have a good source of feed. It needs the animal needs to be in good humane environments. It cannot be sick or have any sort of infection or diseases when it's being prepared for the animal. And then at the time of preparedness and slaughtering, you want to make sure that there is a Muslim player that is recited over the actual animal to ensure that you're paying gratitude to God and to the animal to providing you sustenance to for us to get energy through that meat. So halal is technically it's a very clean type of meat that is just healthier for you to eat, and it's the most humane way possible for an animal to be processed in that fashion.
Talk to us about how you got into the Rough Rider Stadium and why the Rough Rider Stadium was the perfect place for this event.
Yeah, so the Rough Rider Stadium, something that we've had our eyes on for a long time. We feel that it gives you a very good location to allocate all of your different types of vendors. So being a halal food festival and being the largest halal food festival in the state of Texas, you need to utilize your space very properly and very adequately. With that being said, we have some great vendors from all over the state. So Houston, Dallas, Austin, San Antonio. And just those amount of amazing vendors, you just cannot fit in like a parking lot or another area. So we wanted to ensure that we use the field on the Rough Rider Stadium, we use the concourse level on the Rough Rider Stadium, and then in addition to that, we've also gotten with the city to shut off one whole side of Rough Rider Drive where all the food trucks are going to be parked. So we're going to be having vendors inside, outside, everywhere.
Wow, that sounds amazing. It sounds like it's turning out to be a huge event. How many people are you expecting to show up?
Yeah, so currently we're expecting close to 15,000 people to show up. 10 to 15,000 people are showing up, just having come out there, trying out the various different types of cuisines, different foods out there. And you kind of mentioned what type of cuisine halal food is, and halal food is every different type of cuisine. So you can go from tacos to, Texas style barbecue. You can have Malaysian food, Thai food, anything and everything that you can imagine will be at the Texas Halal Festival.
So, how does it work as far as being able to try all these various things and then the vendors as well?
Yeah, so we made this event very inclusive for everyone. So, our inclusivity is a big part of the Texas Halal Fest core competency. So we make sure that we're including all the different cities in the Texas Halal Fest, and we also want to encompass and make sure that we include all the different attendees at the Texas Halal Fest. And that's why we've actually kept a lot of the things at the Texas Halal Fest very free. So entry is free. All you have to do is just RSVP on txhalalfest.com. So you can enter. You can buy free tickets on their website. Come enter for free. And then from there you just kind of locate any halal food vendor that you see and go stand in line and get some food and enjoy the bazaar aspect of it as well and enjoy the various different things that are going on. So we have food that's going to be there. We'll have a bazaar aspect. We'll have clothing, jewelry, art. We'll have, free petting zoo for the kids. We'll have face painting, balloon arch, bouncing houses, all of that free for the kids. So as a parent, I feel like it's a dream to come in there for free, bring your kids, have a bunch of fun, and try some really great food.
I love that. North Texans, we are all about our food. We'll go out to anything if you're gonna have
Oh
some food
yeah,
there. And then you said it's gonna be free. Oh, every family is gonna be out there that weekend, I'm sure.
yeah.
What was the reaction from the vendors since you got to talk to people from all over the state to bring them up here to North Texas? What was that reaction like?
Yeah, so the reaction has been actually very good. I don't we didn't really hit on this earlier, but me and my team, me and my wife run Halal Palette, which is the largest halal food blogging food blogging account in Texas. So we cover Houston food spots, Houston, Dallas, Austin, and San Antonio. So, prior to this festival, we kind of already had a really great relationship with all of the restaurants throughout the Texas area. And when they figured out that we were wanting to do a festival of its kind for the first time in Texas, we had a great response from people. When we launched our site and we put up the vendor application, within 3 days, we had over 150 vendors sign up. It was insanity. It was amazing, and people are very, very excited to come out. Yeah.
Let's talk about the food itself, because as a blogger and a vlogger, I'm sure you had to taste test practically everything in order for anyone to be able to make the grade. Are there vendors that you said, "I'm sorry, we had to hit a cutoff at some point"?
Yes, so unfortunately we did reach a limit on the vendor applications where we just couldn't accept any more food vendors. Our bazaar is a very multicultural bazaar, so we're still, working through the nits and grits of that. But yeah, I mean, once we hit a certain amount of vendors, we did have to start putting people on the wait list. And currently, as of right now, as we speak, I believe we have over 70, 80 vendors on the wait list. So we definitely had to cut off the vendor list at some point. But the vendors that we do have on the list are extremely, extremely great, delicious vendors from all over the state. Any vendor that you try out, I guarantee you, it has our seal of approval. You will enjoy everything that you're going to see there.
I love that. And the foodie community is really tight. So it's like no one gatekeeps. Everyone's like, wait, have you heard of this place? And you got to tell this person next time for this to be like the first of its kind. What are your aspirations? I know that you still have to go through the event to kind of know what you want to do to grow, but do you already have some aspirations for moving forward to make this event even bigger?
Yeah, we actually do. So one thing is, expecting 10 to 15,000 people already, makes us the largest halal fest in Texas. Our aspiration and goal is to get to that 20 to 25,000 mark range, which ends up making us the largest halal fest in the nation. So that's one goal that we really want to hit. And of course, we all have goals, and if not this year, then next year. But that's one main goal that we really want to hit. And in addition to that, a lot of people have been reaching out to us via social media, email, whatever form of communication, and they've reached out to us saying, hey, I'm traveling for this. Like, can you please announce when the dates are going to be, the time? I'm taking PTO to come down with my family. I'm coming from Oklahoma or California. We had an individual coming from Montreal in Canada. So we have people coming from out of the country even. So one thing a lot of people did mention is, I'm making this trip. I wish this festival was a more than a 1 day event. So we might look into next year, depending on how this festival goes, might really look into making this a 2 day festival next year. And also add additional things as well.
Is there a possibility of adding additional cities that you might do it here and then, 4 months from now doing it in another city as well?
Definitely, that's definitely a something that we included within our core competency. That's why we called it the Texas Halal Festival. And again, like being the first halal festival of its kind, where it's not city based, definitely allows us for that autonomy to move around. So, the Houston Halal Fest or the Los Angeles Halal Fest or Chicago Halal Fest, they're all located in one city, so they can't really move around. Our Halal Fest is, we're in Dallas this year, maybe next year, but we definitely do have that autonomy to move around. Maybe take it to Houston 1 year, maybe take it to Austin or San Antonio, and really grow it from there. And even this time around, I know we're really highlighting on a lot of the vendors that are coming all over Houston. However, we have a vendor that signed up from California. We have a vendor, we have a food truck that's coming all the way from Philadelphia. We have another vendor that's coming from Virginia. We have another vendor that's coming from New York. So, we're focusing obviously on the Texas halal vendors, but we have vendors from pretty much all different areas of the United States.
Super cool. Well, it's always bigger in Texas. So I really think that you definitely can probably hit that goal, especially if everybody wants to come here to be a part of this.
Yeah.
Food just makes me happy. So I'm just super excited for you guys.
Yeah,
And
no, of course. I feel like
more.
food brings the whole community together, and that's something that we want to do. We want to unite the Texas community, unite the in such a decisive, culturally impactful world that we're living in. We feel that there's that one thing that everybody can unite over, and it's always food.
Absolutely.
Got to
Absolutely.
eat.
You gotta eat. You gotta eat.
One more time, where can people make their reservations?
Yes, so reservation, you can go on www.txhalalfest.com. That is TXHALALFEST.com. There is a link there to make your reservation. You can buy as many tickets as you want. We limited it to two tickets at one go, but you can go back and buy more tickets. Again, you have free entry. Those tickets are free. They're the free petting zoo. They're the free bouncing house. There's free face painting, free balloon arch. The food you do have to pay for and stand in line, but that's the whole point of the food festival, just
Yeah.
to come and enjoy great food and enjoy some vendors that you'll never see in Dallas. They don't have Dallas locations, these vendors. So, people have to travel out of a city for these vendors. So for the first time, there's so many vendors that are coming to Dallas, wanting to explore the opportunities. And hey, if they get enough love, we might even convince a couple of them to open up locations out here.
No kidding. You got it. That is Faraz Ahmed. Thank you so much. And I know we missed your wife this time. How can our listeners catch in with you guys as well to follow you along on social media?
Yeah, of course. Our social media platform is Halal Palette, which is HALALPALATE. It is a orange icon, and on that platform, we highlight the best halal food from all over Texas, so Houston, Dallas, Austin, and San Antonio. You can follow us on Instagram, you can follow us on TikTok, and we do various different events throughout the whole Dallas, Houston area. So please do follow us. We explore the vast majority of all the halal food places within the Dallas and Houston metroplex. So yeah, if you guys want to follow our journey and see how we're coming up with these amazing restaurants to be highlighted at this festival, that's definitely the stepping stone there. And then for any future festivals, that's exactly where we're going to be announcing them.
Perfect. You got it. Thanks so much for your time right here on KRLD.